I'm Duchess DJ Love. I have my Dementia Diaries every Friday on my YouTube channel, where I share tips with you that I've learned from dealing with my mom, Lady Lexi, who suffers with dementia. Get this though, with proper planning, the right knowledge, support groups, you can get through this. So I just want to lend some support today, let you know that all things are possible. Hey, sometimes it's a little scary, but with the proper tips, we can make this work. And so I'm asking, are you a caregiver for a loved one with dementia? It's a challenging journey that can sometimes lead to unintended mistakes. In my crucial video, I'll highlight the common pitfalls caregivers face and offer practical, quick fixes to help you avoid them that I've learned the hard way, but I'm going to make sure that you don't do them. I'm going to help. It's all about support. We're going to discover essential tips and strategies that can enhance the safety and well-being of your loved one. From communication techniques to creating a safe environment, we'll cover it all. Don't let simple oversights put your family's loved ones, whoever you're taking care of, their safety at risk. Tune in each week. Every Friday I have a new video where we can learn how to take the best care possible, ensuring that you have peace of mind for both you and your dementia patient. And it could be an Alzheimer's patient. It could be somebody else with a different kind of memory loss. My tips, I believe, will help for those as well. Remember, it's never too late to make positive changes in your caregiving approach. Watch now. Empower yourself with the knowledge to be the best caregiver that you can be, because you can be one. Okay. Again, I'm Duchess DJ Love, the founder of gallivantinglikearoyal.com, which is a blog on wanderlust and wealth wisdom. So that's my passions, is traveling and having money to travel and make my money work for you, which I have a book on that as well. However, I got thrown into the mix. My mom got dementia. She's had it for over a decade now. However, she's still a frequent flyer and we travel frequently. So that tells you I must know something to be able to manage my mom. And also, I did have to place her in 2 memory care units, the best in the country, because at one time, me and my dad both got severely ill. We didn't know if we were going to make it. And I wanted to make sure that she adjusted somewhere or another, in case we didn't make it. I'm trying to look out for her. However, we got better, both of us. And I took her out of those memory care units, which was not for my mom. On another episode, I'll tell you about my experiences in memory care units, what you should know and what you should avoid. And if at all possible, take care of your person yourself. I'm going to give you some tips right now to common mistakes people make that you won't make if you decide to keep your loved one at home with you. So join me as I dive into the most common mistakes caregivers make when looking after loved ones with dementia. And I'll be sharing quick fixes too to help keep you safe. And I'm going to give you a statistic that may really jolt you. That may make this a dementia awareness, Alzheimer's awareness, memory loss, confusion with elderly really hit home. Because did you know that nearly 70% of family caregivers report difficulty balancing their caregiving responsibilities with their jobs, leading to mistakes that can jeopardize their loved one's safety? This includes errors in medication management, missed medical appointments, lapses in daily care routines. This statistic also highlights the immense pressure caregivers face, and it underscores the importance of support and resources to help them manage their dual roles effectively. Trust me, I know this. It has been a job taking care of my mom. I'm pretty much the primary person that looks after her. So when she doesn't sleep, guess what? I don't sleep. And without sleep, I don't function properly. My nervous system gets messed up. My attitude shifts, because I'm drained. So we got to work on that. Like I said, we take care of ourselves is number one thing I say. Again, I asked you to dive into this topic with me, the common mistakes that caregivers make when looking after their loved ones with dementia. And again, I do have some fixes. But when it comes to dementia caregiving, understanding these common pitfalls is crucial because it'll help you provide better care and ensure the well-being of your loved one and the well-being of you and your family. But unfortunately, many caregivers fall into the same traps that can lead to safety hazards, emotional distress, and even the worst thing, caregiver burnout, which we do not want. Because, who's going to take better care of your loved one than yourself? I mean, seriously, you're the one that's going to be doing the work. So here are some common mistakes that caregivers make, which can impact your loved one's safety and well-being as it impacts theirs. Medication errors. Mismanaging medication, such as giving the wrong dose or missing doses, can have serious health consequences. This is often due to the complexity of the medication schedules and the caregiver's own stress and fatigue. So if you're like me, luckily, my mom doesn't have to take many medications, so that doesn't bother me. But what if she did? What if she had, blood pressure pill, diabetes stuff? I don't know, all these different things. I do know with my mom, though, that I have to give her medicine with some food. And medicine that doesn't require food or she can't have food for a while, that can be a challenge getting her to take it because she's just not going to take it. You can put it in her mouth, it's not going to happen. So mismanaging medications is something that we all fall into and we forget. You get busy. Okay, like I say, have 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock schedules with their medicines. Well, you know what? Those schedules may not always work for you, but I can give you some help on how to do it. I would suggest getting a medication app on your phone. Do like I do. I got a checklist over there on my refrigerator where I just go through and check it off. That's the best way that I can manage it. I got to physically see it and check it off. Okay, well, what if you forget to check it off and you don't remember? That's where if you get those little containers where you put all the pills in there, and so if they're gone, you must have taken them. This is just some practical tips. And maybe you have some that you can share on medication errors and how you handle those. But one of the hardest mistakes I think we make as caregivers is the lack of communication. Because failing to communicate effectively with healthcare providers, family members, health aides, or the person being cared for can lead to misunderstandings and missed medical appointments, treatments, knowing what they need. Now, this lack of communication may shock you a little bit. Well, first of all, dementia, they don't understand us. And it's not so much that they don't know, what's going on. It's getting the verbiage out. Like for my mom, she's limited in her vocabulary right now. So her favorite thing is everything's an animal. And it don't have to be an animal. She may want some water and point that animal over there. Well, there's no animal, we're riding along and there's an animal. She's talking about a big truck. So I've had to learn when she says something to try to kind of see her mannerisms, see what she's talking about, and try to interpret the best I can. Again, with this lack of communication comes up with her being hungry. She doesn't know how to tell me she's hungry, and sometimes she don't even know she's hungry. She just gets moody. But she has gotten smart enough lately where she'll go get a plate from the kitchen and bring it to me. Don't you want to wash this? Don't you want to do something with this? Don't you want money for it? I mean, she comes up with some clever things. So she brings me a plate. Key, yes, let's go feed her. Whether she says, I'm not hungry, I don't need anything. Yeah, she's needing something. And I think another mistake we make is having inadequate home safety measures in place. They're elderly, so don't leave out something where they can trip and fall because they fall, they're going to get hurt. Now, that's not so much to mess with their mind, but if they can't tell you where they're hurting and if they do fall, you don't know how to properly diagnose them, get them to the doctor, or if they've injured pretty bad. So you got to take care of your home, make sure that it's clutter-proof and have bars or something that help them get up and get down, remove anything that may make them trip. If you have slippery floors, maybe, put another rug down or something to help with that. But the main thing about the home safety measures that I would say is make sure your home is what I call wander-proof. So let's just say my mom's really good. If I'm out of the room, she'll go what I call plunder. Well, if she doesn't know where she's at and she wakes up and I'm not close by or someone else is not with her, she wants to go out. She's wandering. It's that I want to go home syndrome, that wandering. Okay, so if she gets out of the house, she may not know where she's at. She could get lost quickly. She could go to the park and get in the woods. No one would know. So they can move fast when they want to, and they can be sneaky. So you got to take that into consideration. So I have locks on my doors where I lock them from the inside with a key. That way she don't have the key. She can't unlock that door and get out. So that's a safety thing for me, keeping her in the house. Because she gets out, that's trouble for everybody. And what goes along with that is you may be ignoring the signs of decline. You may be overlooking or missing the early signs or physical cognitive decline that can delay the necessary medical interventions and worsen the condition of the person being cared for. I know at first that's how come I didn't know about my mom having dementia. First of all, I didn't know anybody that had dementia. So I didn't know the symptoms, what it would be like, and I never really thought she would have it. She's healthy. She don't take any medications, and she's, almost 77 years old. She's in great health except for the mental cognitive part. So, yeah, I kind of ignored those signs. There'll be some forgetfulness here and there, and I'm just thinking, that's getting old, or she may not have slept good, and, she's just not thinking clearly today. What woke me up was she dropped me off at the airport, and it took her 12 hours to get home from a 1-hour journey. So that was like a wake-up call. It took her 12 hours to get home because she had to stop at every stop sign, every road to make, double check. And she would ask people how to get here, get there. And she wouldn't let us help us. She wouldn't let us. We kept calling, wanting to know where she was at. She'd answer, "I'm fine, I'm busy right now," and hang up on us. So, that was my wake-up call that she had dementia, and we had to work to get something squared away for her. But another common mistake is financial mismanagement. No fault of yours as a caregiver or anyone else helping you out, because we're trying to struggle too much. We're struggling with managing the finances, which can lead to unpaid bills or misallocation of the funds, which can add more stress and impact the quality of care because you get frustrated, your tensions rise, you get aggravated, especially when it comes to money. We lack patience in that money department, when our bills get paid, the creditors are calling, that kind of thing. So that's where I suggest you get a budget. And it doesn't have to be a formal budget. When I say budget, everybody gets, oh, no, that's too no. Just make a list. Again, I have it on my refrigerator so I can check it off. If I know she has a medical bill that has to pay a certain time of day, or she has a bill for this, whatever, the health aid, I just go over there and I got how much they are, when they need to be paid, and check it off. My manual paper checklist works well. You may need an app. You may have some other way. You may want it on your calendar or on your phone, hit a ding and say, hey, payment due, that kind of thing. But anything that can help is a benefit. And you may not think of this as a caregiver mistake, but isolation. That's one of the worst too. Not seeking support from other family members, friends, or caregiver support groups, or, hiring a health aide to come and assist you can lead to feelings of isolation and overwhelmment, making it harder to provide effective care. And two, the isolation sets in, it drains your energy, it puts you in a negative frame of mind, and that's not good for you, and it's not good for your loved one. I try to make me a gratitude journal every day to be thankful of what I got, even when I'm aggravated and stressful. Like you can tell my voice is low this morning. Lady Lexi didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well last night. But these are things I think is important, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. I didn't want you to make the same common mistakes that I've made.